All right, morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Vays, coming to you live this Friday evening in New York time, Saturday morning here in Dubai. I was too lazy to go outside. It's really windy today. It's actually really nice out here with the weather. And yeah, if you're curious, like where the balcony is that I usually stream from, that's right there. Um, that's the little balcony, and here's the rest of the apartment. It's just a living room. It's really nice. There's a whole giant window there, and I have a look into the palm. We'll be going skydiving over that sometime next week. So that'll be awesome. All right, let's go to screen share. All right, I happen to have this page up. This is my, of course, educational material. If you want to learn how to trade and make all your own decisions, please check out tonebase.com, products and services on demand. If you want an introduction to trading that is free, please check out the Learn Trading section of tonebase.com. All right, commercial over. Let's go to the charts. The weekly chart has a couple of days to go. We are stuck consolidating a smidge away from the all-time high. This is, of course, a very positive development. At least I believe this is a positive development. And let's see what happens and when we break out. So far, remain bullish on the weekly scale. Next week, we'll, of course, continue with our MRI move towards the next top. I believe we will top in approximately 3 to 4 weeks. So let's see what happens there. Daily chart. Ooh, see, this is getting interesting. See, the daily chart is on an MRI warning, and this has all the makings of an upcoming cup and handle. This is, of course, the giant cup, and now we need a handle. Now, they have to be somewhat proportional to each other. So if I'm going to go ahead and draw the cup part, if that is our cup, the handle needs to be somewhat proportional to this. So it should look something like this. So that means if we are going to form a proper cup and handle, I wonder if I have cup and handle explained in my Learn Trading section. Let's see. There it is, cup and handle. Go ahead and click on that. Let's see where it takes us. It takes us to Chart School. It's one of my favorite, TA educational tools. And one of the reasons it's my favorite is because back in the day when I was learning TA, excuse me, guys, had to sneeze. Back in the day when I was learning TA, this was the only tool for learning education. Now, this is a little bit, if I saw this chart, I probably would not have called this a cup and handle. It's more of a head and shoulders kind of thing going on. Let's see if they have any other examples. Yeah, this is a little bit better. It's on an angle. But there are many other examples. But they kind of have to be proportional. There are other, of course, links. You could also simply type in cup and handle pattern. And there are some that kind of give you statistics on measurements. Let me see. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. You can also use Fibonacci's, actually. It's probably not a bad look, though those aren't. Yeah, those are Fibonacci's. So let's look for, what if we put Fibonacci's on it? I think 38% maybe is a little too much, but something like the 23% area would totally work. So let's use Fibonacci's. And this gets a little interesting because I like to use Fibonacci's high to low, and right there, that is our first measure. Yeah, so a 38% drop is not necessarily a bad drop. So somewhere to this level. So we could also put this where the cup and handle actually is. And all of a sudden, that both the 23% and the 38% become viable options. So something like this going down to 52.5, or something like this going down to 54. I'm going to leave the more conservative version, the more bullish version, and then we see what happens. Skate, thank you so much for your generous super chat. Me and all my friends got our stimulus checks today. Hopefully it helps Bitcoin go up this week. Are they sending out more stimulus checks? Because I got a stimulus check like when I was still in the US, like months ago. We'll see. So I'm going to leave this here for now, and we'll see how this develops. I still believe that we are going to rally pretty damn hard in the very near future. This samurai top, I'm certainly thinking 1 to 4 candle correction, and then breakout. Maybe I can make this a little bit longer there. Okay. So what do we got here? About March 18th. March 18th. Oh, wait, speaking of March 18th, I am speaking at an event here in Dubai. It's March 18th and 19th. Let me pull that up real quick. So this is the event, Dubai DAO Consensus. Of course, there will be lots of people talking about DeFi and NFTs and God knows what else, but I will be there as well, talking sense about the markets. Here I am. I've done lots of panels with Maru already. Jorge, I met him here a while ago. I don't think Gordon's in town yet, but he's coming back. So here you go, guys. This is our speaker list, and I will be here speaking. I guess it starts earlier, but the 18 and 19 is the one in person here in Dubai, and that's the one I will speak at. I'm not a big fan of online events. Tom, can you spend a minute or two explaining your outlook for BTC for the year? Hard to not notice your large red arrow to the downside. Sure. That is correct. I am looking for an MRI top. This arrow could, of course, be adjusted. This arrow is unreasonably large to the downside, just to make sure that I remember that I'm looking for a pullback. Do I think it's going to go that low? I don't. That's why I can always adjust it further. Remember, guys, your analysis is only as good as the last time you looked at a price chart. So I am looking for the third consecutive MRI top on the weekly scale, and then at least a 1 to 4 week pullback, probably more like a 10-week pullback or something like that for a completion to an MRI swing buy. We have not had a weekly MRI swing buy since October 2019, and there was, of course, the big one back in April. Oh, sorry, that's a sell. My bad. The one right there, like we haven't had many of them. So I would love to, get a sustained pullback of 30 to 40%, maybe even 50% from this $75 top, fall down to at least 40,000. And then from there, begin the long path forward. All right, how did GBTC close yesterday? Let's take a look. GBTC pulled back down. That is unfortunate, but that is okay. And there it is. GBTC was trading very nicely at almost 52, pulled back down. I still think that by Monday, we will start heading back up. Yes, we got another one. It was $1,400 plus more if we got dependents. Yeah, I mean, look, another reason why every business in Dubai is essential and all the businesses are open is because Dubai can't print money. The reason why Dubai can't print money is because their currency is pegged to the US dollar. And when you've pegged your currency to the US dollar, you can't really print money because then you will break the peg. And that is why it's essential that your economy is actually moving forward and not, stuck in the 1800s. Where no businesses can function. even though in the 1800s, probably way better. That was a terrible analogy, probably the worst one I've ever had. But it feels like the 1800s, right? Imagine if you go back to the 1800s, you're going to have a hard time running your business with no internet, no electricity. That's pretty much what they're doing to people. I honestly think that politicians that lock down the country, like if I was a dictator in the world, so many people would be in prison for a long time. Most governors, most senators, most congressmen, I would, if I was a dictator, I would arrest them all and throw them in prison, in isolation, by the way. If you were a governor that decided whose businesses were essential and whose weren't, you are basically a communist dictator. I no longer want to support the West whatsoever, but now we're getting political again. If you don't think your business is essential, you are welcome to shut it down. Just shut it down. If you don't have an essential business, you shut it down. The government should not be deciding whose business is essential. Well, right, the US prints, but they're giving this money to people in the US. But the US is giving me this money and I'm spending, and I'm happily spending this money here in Dubai. I mean, this is the stupidity of the situation. Anyway, I'm getting angry again at the whole politics and economy, so let's stop. The S&P 500 is very bullish, and that is also good for Bitcoin. All right, guys, that's it. I am keeping these videos short. I want to glance at the mempool as we're going into the weekend. The mempool really filled up. People are asking, well, what's the importance of the mempool? The mempool is really important to me because I want to know how much I'm spending on transactions. If you do not transact in Bitcoin, the mempool is completely meaningless to you. It doesn't do anything for you. If you're simply trading on centralized exchanges, the mempool is meaningless. But if you are using Bitcoin in commerce, the mempool is very important because it tells you how congested Bitcoin transactions are, because people are actually using them. There's a big backlog, but right now it's not that bad. I mean, I don't like paying 50 sats per byte. You want this down in the 20 sat per byte area. And hopefully we'll clear some of this going into the weekend, though it'll be challenging to catch up on a lot of the blocks. Guys, start learning Lightning and start using Lightning. All right. That's pretty much it for me. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to support, you can, well, you can use the free Learn Trading section, but you can also use the more advanced education on technical analysis. And of course, the MRI indicator, if that is something that can help you in your trading. Now, I don't really have any upset users of the MRI. I think in my lifetime, only 1 or 2 people ever requested like a refund. That never happens. And normally, I don't even do them because you get lots of education on how to trade it, and I can't exactly take that back. But check that out. If you want to support, you can also pick up the MRI. All right, guys, that's it for me. Short take. I am gonna keep an eye on the potential cup and handle, especially since we are at a critical MRI top. Can't wait for the weekly candle to flip over and get me 1 week closer to the eventual 3rd consecutive MRI top. All right. Saying goodbye from Dubai. The next stream is gonna be in a very scenic location. I can't wait because I'm going away this weekend, and I will talk to you all. Still in UAE though. We'll be a little bit outside Dubai. And I will talk to you all on the next one.